YouTube, what is going on? Back with my latest video, back with an installment of Speculation Saturday. So today I'm going to be talking about a couple different pops I think are going to go up in value over time. A lot of them being New York City Comic-Con pops, and a few other ones that I think I want to bring to your attention that I think have potential to go up in the future. So let's get right to it, see what I think. Here we go.
Listen, been in the game for a minute, clocking in because it's time to get down to business. Stunting is a habit, on me I'm good at it. Asking around town, I'm known as the Popsavage.
Alright guys, before we get into this video, please smash that like button down below. Let me know you guys are enjoying these videos, and as always, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Hit subscribe button down below as well so you're updated to my most recent content, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted as soon as I post a new video. So if it's your first time tuning this segment, we'd like to try to do every Saturday. It's about the financial side of Funko Pops, whether it be different topics or Funko Pops I think are going to go up in value over time, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So the most asked question I've got during this last week, of course, was what pops do I think are going to go up in value over time from New York City Comic-Con. So to address that concern, we first have to talk about this con being lackluster. I think, you know, even though it was execution-wise a lackluster convention, there still were some pops that are going to have some value because either they were nice looking or just in general, I think this con is going to have the same kind of fundamentals that the Emerald City Comic-Con did back in 2020 that I told you guys to buy the pops you like from there, because I think there's a lot of production issues with this run for New York City Comic-Con. I think a lot of the stuff that we got was rushed, and that would also lead me to believe that a lot of stuff had a limited supply. So I don't think you can go but so wrong on a lot of these pops because I think they're going to be limited. It all comes down to the demand for them. But there are a few that I think are going to stand above the rest. The first one, and most obvious one to me, I think is going to be the most expensive pop from this con, to be honest with you guys, is that Diamond Eevee. I just think it's going to have the same kind of trend as the other ones did. The Diamond Vaporeon, this, you know, pretty expensive pop. You know, the Flock Charmander, Diamond Charmander that have gotten up there in value, but which were, I believe, in my opinion, more limited than some of the other pops from that convention. And the Pokemon pops, the Diamond and Flock ones, even though I always bash them to you guys, they have value. And I think that Diamond Eevee is going to go up in value. Now, with every single pop from this convention right now, I just want to urge you guys to not buy any of them at this point for resale. Give it a week or two. The prices are going to come down. They have to. They always do. FOMO always gets people paying a premium, but those pop prices are going to come down. Keep in mind, a lot of these pops from Hot Topic, Box Lunch especially, are going to restock. The Walmart ones are going to restock as well, most likely. So definitely don't fall into FOMO right away. The pop prices are going to come down eventually, and you'll have another chance of getting a lot of these pops at retail. But that Eevee, the price I saw it going at right now is like $125. I wouldn't be surprised that when the dust settles, it kind of ends up back around that mark, maybe even higher, like how the Vaporeon is. But that pop, I think, has a lot of potential to go up in value, you know, more in the future, because I think it just has the fundamentals, and with a limited supply, I think that one's going to stand out. And the other pop I think has a lot of potential, and I know a lot of people are not going to think it's this pop, is the Tiamat, I think is how you pronounce it, the five-headed dragon from Dungeons & Dragons. So I think that pop in general is pretty cool. A lot of the Dungeons & Dragons pops, most of them, retain their value. I know I told you guys last convention to get that Xanathar because I thought it would go up in value. I still stand by that, even though it's still available for retail. We've seen pops that stay up for retail for a while, even go on clearance, and then being Grails in the future. I think this Tiamat one was actually one of the first ones that sold out on Funko's website for the convention, and also sold out on GameStop. So it has the fundamentals as far as being a limited pop and also having demand behind it. I think this pop has a lot of good fundamentals to move forward in the future. It's one that I actually picked up because I just thought it looked cool, to be honest with you guys. And I just think in general a lot of people are going to like this pop, and that's definitely one, if you haven't got it yet, I would strongly suggest to do so. It did already sell out on GameStop. I'm not sure if they will restock or not. I still would wait, you know, a week or two to see if the prices come down, because they're not going to go exorbitantly up from this point. But I just would be patient with all these pops. But those two I really think have a lot of potential to move up in the future. I know a lot of people are going to think about the Polaris pop, the Suyu, and All Might pops. I think with the My Hero ones, I don't know if they're too much different than the, you know, original Suyu or any other form of All Might to make it go above the prices of the previous pops. So I'm not going to suggest those. I just think people like them because they were, you know, fans of the show, but nothing really special about this Pops. And Polaris, I would suggest because I like it, but I don't know how many fans of Polaris there really are out there. She's not like a top tier X-Men character at all. She's cool, she's a limited pop. She did sell out on both Funko and GameStop, but I don't think she has the fundamentals to be an extremely high Grail. But if we're talking about any of those three Pops, that All Might, Suyu, and Polaris in the future being a Grail, it wouldn't shock me. So I just want to throw that out there as well. And the last thing I want to talk about New York City Comic Con before we move to the next Pops I want to suggest is Funko Shop exclusives Pops only had 2 Pops. There was only the Sword and Stone one and the It's a Small World Pop. I think a lot of the leaks we got with the Punchline, Superman, the John Lennon, all of the stuff that we saw, I think a lot of those are going to be Funko Shop exclusives, and I think they're going to be very limited. So if you see any Pops in the future come out on the Funko Shop, I think, and this is my guess, they're going to do the leak, the ones we see, as Funko Shop exclusives, and they're just going to have the New York City Comic Con sticker on there. That is my guess of how they're going to handle it. I think for the most part, Target was only one big retailer I saw missing out. I think they'll may get a Pop in the future. Which one that is, I don't know. Maybe you guys already have seen it. But Funko themselves not having as many limited stuff as they normally do, I think a lot of those Pops we're seeing the leaks are going to be Funko Shop exclusives. And again, they're going to be limited and more limited than maybe the store ones are too. So keep your eye out for those. They're going to be one and done most likely, no restocks for them. So if you see them, grab them if you like them, because they're probably going to be pretty limited, which entail is going to probably be pretty expensive Pops. Alright guys, enough about New York City Comic Con. I want to talk about 2 Pops that are pretty much related that I think have potential to go up in the future. I don't have either one, but I do believe I'm going to get at least one of them to add to my collection, and that is the Big E from WWE Pops, as well as the New Day 3-pack. So why am I suggesting this? If you guys are wrestling fans, you probably already know why, but Big E is the WWE champion, and it's something that, you know, I'm not a huge wrestling fan. I definitely follow it, I watch it from time to time, but definitely don't keep up with it as much as I used to. But when I was watching it, New Day was huge. You know, definitely the longest reigning tag team champions of all time, and it seems like they've finally broken out and been their own singles competitors. You know, Kofi had the belt for a long time, Xavier Woods is doing his thing, and now Big E is a champion, and it was a long time coming for people talking about him being champion, and it seems like people have liked him as champion so far, and I think he might hold the belt for a while, and now I think it's a good time to buy it. Now, this is the first time in a while I've actually suggested an available Pop, so this one I would go into with caution, but it's an old Pop. The Big E singles one is 2014 release, I believe, and it's been only sitting at like 14 bucks. So even though it says available, I don't see it out there too much. I would suggest to you guys to just find it for as close to that price as you can. It's not going to go down much, but if it gets vaulted or it becomes unavailable at any point, that Pop's going to skyrocket in value. And either way, I think he's going to go down as a WWE Hall of Famer. I think he's won with being with New Day and now being WWE champion. Long term, that Pop's still going to have value at any point when it is vaulted. And the same goes with that 3-pack with him being involved in there. You got, you know, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E in a 3-pack. It was an FY exclusive. New Day was extremely popular. That Pop's only sitting as a 3-pack, I think 35 bucks. So both of them are pretty affordable for what they are. I don't know if the WWE fandom is, you know, really taking in consideration that these guys are going to go down as Hall of Famers, all-time greats one day, just because of, you know, how long they've been involved and how long they've been successful in that program. So I think they're very, very cheap Pops relative to the cost they are right now, and you know, how much I think they may go up in the future. Even if Funko's not something popular, you know, 5 years down the line, WWE most likely will, even with AEW being right there with them. I think those Pops can be collectibles no matter what in the future. So I definitely would suggest to get both of those into your collection. So that is all I have for you guys today, just the 2 Big E Pops, and also my thoughts on the New York City Comic Con ones, the ones I think are going to go up in value. Definitely, like I said, with the New York City Comic Cons, be patient. With the Big E ones, buy as close to the Funko Pop price or Pop price guide as you can. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you guys were able to get any New York City Comic Con Pops, and if you think that there's one that may be a Grail that I didn't mention, drop down in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe if you're new. Check me out on my Instagram at ThePopSavage. You can stay connected there too. And also my second channel at Savage Breaks, where I do Pokemon and sports cards. Thanks again for watching, guys. Until next time, I'll see you later.